Right, it's the 13th of May, 2024. Welcome to Good Morning Ghana. My name is Ania Fompofo, and we're live from the studios here at North Ridge. We're streaming on Facebook. It's Metro TV Ghana, and also we're on the Good Morning Ghana page. You can reach us there and follow us, on the program. Well, we'll go through the issues of the day, starting off with the headlines of the newspapers. I start with the Daily Graphic, and it says, Otumfuo celebrates Akwesidai to climax Silver Jubilee. Mother's Day celebration, the Mirror honors Holy Star Dua Yentumi. 3I Summit opens in Accra today. Your welfare paramount to I, as Finance Minister tells GRA officers. This one is clearly you go explain, Taya. Power sector challenges, payment system suffocates VRA. Senior staff want reform. Ghanaian Times. Press inaugurates Prempeh International Airport in Kumasi. Renaming signifies government respect for traditional institutions. Will support GRA to achieve revenue targets, Finance Minister. Green Revolution, Zoom Lions, RE-Corp establishes waste management plan for 8 assemblies in Volta region. Redevelopment of Krofrom Market Saga. KMA denies missing 3 million Ghana cedis from project fund. Daily Guide. Our democracy is safe, Otumfuo. Trinidad and Tobago supports Ghana's Commonwealth bid. Speaker summons MPs after majority demand. Baumia takes campaign to Northeast. Collins Dauda arrested over voter registration violence. The New Crusading Guide. I'll continue to shame naysayers with Project Sakofuado. Osudoku Paramount clarifies status of Dorsey Animals Family Chieftaincy. The nameless Family Chieftaincy, okay. NPP lawyer Lady Sheikh Ho. Choose a woman running mate. Make them parcel of our political landscape. Dr. Boafo to Baumia. I think yesterday my pastor was also very loud enough on that. Choose a woman running mate. Lara too is here. She can be chosen. Ghana's EOCO boss appointed chairperson of anti-corruption agencies in Commonwealth Africa. Congratulations to you. I never received 1.7 million support from NDC. Dr. Nyako refused allegations. The Insight. Government fingered in Adamu's mining case as Solomon Owusu blames officials of companies' disregard of court's orders. With decades of no water, clinic, school, others, Canaan Island community suffering from deep poverty. U.S. resort to veto on Palestinian UN membership citizen criticized as irresponsible and disappointing. Chief Crusader against corruption faces accusation. The Herald comes with the pictures of 4, the Chief Justice herself, Dr. Stephen Opuni, Evelyn Kilson, and Godfrey Yabo Adami, the Attorney General. It says that Ghana's Supreme Court thrown into murmuring as Chief Justice surprisingly changes Opuni's appeal panel. KMA accuses Fidelity Bank over its 3.6 million Ghana cedis. And then government posture in Adamu's case questionable, Solomon Owusu asserts. NPP parliamentary candidate made MD of state-owned bank. Richard Ahiangbe's nationality challenged at K2 South Voter Registration Center. The Informer. Let's fight Galamsey collectively, Baumia urges. Multinational task force to combat terrorism. Towards peaceful 2024 elections, safeguard stability, media urged. Protect state interest in Adamu's mining, government told. The top right corner has in this issue. Expect thunderstorms, heavy rains, Ghana Meteo warns. If you check the trend of the rains lately, it comes with a lot of heavy winds. So when it's raining, I think it's not even safe to be driving. And when you want to park your car, make sure you're not parking under trees like you saw the other time, where we had trees destroying a lot of properties. So you don't park at places where it is likely, to have such disasters when it rains. The Inquisitor, Fighting Corruption, OSP reveals sabotage. Togbi Sri predicts NAPO's bright future. 3i Africa Summit starts today. Mami Tiwa chairs anti-graft agencies in Commonwealth Africa. And then Parliament reconvenes on Friday. The Daily Statesman, Africa Prosperity Dialogue 2025 to be launched today. NPP has formidable, incorruptible flag bearer. Prempeh Airport to propel development. And then we also have President declares, pick female running mate, Methodist leader urges MPP. MPP loyal ladies Sheko. The Daily Searchlight. Galamsey killing cocoa industry as it poisons Ghana's waters. Limited voter registration, shooting, beating, arrested, and busing, more exercise. Comfort Chewa Achampong feeds children with cerebral palsy. And then we have Stemnovation 2024 competition launched with a call on industry to partner MOE to commercialize innovation. Assemblies of God Church commissions Legacy Temple. Speaker summons Parliament to sit on Friday, May 17, 2024. That's also on the front page of Searchlight. Let's go to the Ghanaian Publisher. Choose female running mate. Methodist Bishop urges MPP. Why is this headline? Okay. EOCO boss chairs Commonwealth Anti-Corruption Agency. Vote for competence Damboche to Ghanaians. Speaker recalls Parliament Zoom Lion commissions recycling facility in Volta region. The custodian says that Seiram opens Zoom Lion's modern recycling plant in Ho. I'll continue to shame naysayers Akufo-Addo. Angry Sagnarigu NDCPC accuses executives of sabotage. And then we also have National Security Alerts Northern Region residents on See Something, Say Something campaign. The New Finder. Prominent Christian leaders back elevation of women in politics. Kumasi Airport to handle 800,000 passengers annually. Moms in the spotlight. Happy Mother's Day to all our mothers there. And then the Daily Post says that the thievery has started. Cricket EC caught red-handed with false figures on their website. And comes with one of the flyers that the EC posted yesterday with the 25,287 registered voters. That's the total registered voters after day 2. We'll get into that later. But Mother's Day, Honorable Joycelyn clears medical bills of mothers and babies on admission. Thank you very much. Government's posture in Adamo's case questionable. Solomon Owusu asserts. And then the top right corner, special quote. If you want peace, work for justice. And that's what we have for you this morning on the front pages. Let's take a break. We'll be back. All right, you're welcome back to the program now. It's Good Morning Ghana, and I'm in the studio this morning with Lara Tumusa Saka, who is the Deputy Executive Secretary for the Postal Courier Services Regulatory Commission, and also a member of the NPP Communications team. Lara, you're welcome. Good morning.
Thank you, Annie. Good morning.
I hope you're well.
I'm good. How are you too?
I'm well. And you're welcome back. You rested well.
Thank you.
You've had a good short holiday, a very brief one.
I was on leave for a few days just to reorganize myself.
How does it feel like coming back?
Coming back.
Are you okay?
Okay with what?
Is the system okay? Has the system welcomed you back well?
But it's not like I just shut down.
Oh,
I just took leave from work just to attend to some personal family issues. But it's not like in these days of technology, you can't shut down totally. People call you, people send you messages, you'll be involved in other things. The only thing is that you don't get up in the morning and go to work.
Okay, so nothing really has changed when
nothing.
You came back?
What were you expecting to change?
Huh?
What were you expecting to change?
What was I expecting to
unless
change?
I'm not getting your question.
Oh, you understand my question. You are just
no. I don't understand your question. You're expecting something to change, or you're expecting me to do something. Maybe if you clarify, I can give you a better answer.
No, I will not.
But you don't go on leave. You don't go on leave.
Well, by the nature of my program and the work I do here, within the year, it's not really favorable.
So out of 12 months, you don't take a break?
I did that.
You need to look at it.
I did that first time last year.
It gives you the opportunity to assess yourself, assess what you've been doing.
Well, because I am in the current affairs space, usually during Christmas holidays, those programs go on break or take a rest a bit.
Also, that's when you take your leave.
Good Morning Ghana. So
it's good.
Then I will get to rest.
It's very important to take periodic breaks,
yes,
and reassess yourself and come back. It helps.
Okay. So you've reassessed.
Even computers, we reboot them, don't we?
Yes. Yeah. Even your phone, you reboot
yes, you reboot them.
So you've rebooted,
back.
right?
Yes.
So you're rebooted.
I just needed a break after a hectic
So you've
Ramadan.
reassessed yourself.
Oh, of course. I mean, once you're working, once you are part of a team, whatever you're doing, you're periodically, it doesn't necessarily need to be a leave, but periodically review. Look at what is happening and do things better.
Welcome back. We hope to get the best out of you. You're welcome back.
Thank you.
Right.
And I know I'm welcome to mischief. That didn't change. Probably that could have changed.
It's probably changed for the worse of. It's probably changed. It depends on the degree of change.
I'm back to an upgrade of your mischief.
Maybe.
So it's good to be back.
Anyway, Aisha, welcome.
Thank you.
It's been a long while, actually.
Yes.
It's been a long
yes.
while. I can understand.
Yeah.
But you're welcome back.
Thank you.
I hope you're doing well.
I'm good, as you can see.
How is the Mahama campaign also going?
Yeah, it's running smoothly. You know, it's not the usual campaign, mounting platforms and, making all the noise. So for now, everything is going on smoothly and underground. So maybe the Electoral Commission officially says, okay, you can start campaign officially. Then
I've not we've not really received an official communication from the party as to how the structure of a campaign or
will
official
be like,
campaign.
yeah.
But what I have identified is that it's now more like meeting
opinion leaders.
And opinion leaders. It's like a door-to-door like type of campaign.
Yeah.
It's like offices to offices type.
Yeah, and I can see the MPP is also copying exactly that. Yeah, because it started with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He started with the Guta, the clergy, went to Abosokai to meet the traders and all that. Then we realized Baumia also, adopted that kind of style. So as he also started his campaign running, he started meeting opinion leaders. So, we are the pace setters. We've set the pace. We've decided to be the opinion leaders for now because they matter a lot. A lot of people look up to opinion leaders. Yeah. So when you're able to meet them and tell them what your policies are, they are the best to tell their people what is good for them and the tangent they should go or the line they should follow. So it's just a strategic way of getting to let the people know what we have for them. Yeah.
Anyway, I think I will do this, and then I will come to a few issues. Are you desperate of getting the toothpaste that will take care of your whole family? So just look to the Kel 360 toothpaste that is provided for you. Is approved by the Food and Drugs Authority. And so the Kel 3 toothpaste actually provides you and the family with an all-round dental protection throughout the day and with freshness. Kel 360 toothpaste is good for the kids, the children, and adults as well. So let your family be proud by using Kel 360 toothpaste constantly. It brightens the teeth and prevents cavity, and with the cool mint, it gives you fresh breath throughout the day and protects the gum from decaying. Now, Kel 360 toothpaste is also another product that produces produced from Samara Company Limited. It's available on all markets. Contact them on 0246 0246864798 or 0246864798. Curl 360 toothpaste. It says Happy Smile. Now, Lift and Elevator is also available on the market, and it comes with American pneumatic vacuum elevators and can install in your home within 3 days. They can do a customized one for you. So you want to contact them and they will do that for you. Also will lift your goods and services. So if you have the pains of climbing the stairs and exercising could be challenging, just use your lift and elevator service that they will come and install either in your home or in your office. Now, it's also simple and self-supported for both homes and offices, as I said, and you can contact them at Sakumono. They are on 0200 535 or send them an email to elevators@gmail.com for consultations and best solutions for your needs, and they will definitely provide for you. Well, I'll do a quick one before we go on to the issues, and that is Mother's Day celebration. We just want to wish everybody happy Mother's Day. My mother's Mercy Akulate, Stella Latte. I have two Mercy Lattes, and then Stella Ayiku, or Stella Latte Ayiku as well. Happy birthday. Happy Mother's Day to all of you, and I thank you so much for the help that you have provided and the assistance and the love that you have shown me. And on this note, I just want to wish a birthday to Ruth Sedo. Ruth Sedo, today is your birthday. She is the Deputy National Organizer for the NDC and National Youth Organizer. Thank you. Okay, so that's Ruth Sedo. Today is her birthday, and happy Mother's Day to you as well. I know she is, when she used to come on the show, it's been quite a while.
Yeah.
It was war between herself and her children.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, Laura, too, you also go through the same.
Go through.
Sometimes when I invite you, your children ask me, why is Auntie Annie boring you like that? Hey, children of today, computer babies. I mean,
they know they're right.
Yeah, sometimes I hear them on the phone. So also a happy birthday to Mr. Yabuating Jan, who is also known as Wofaya, former national organizer for the NDC. And also Bofuakwa Tano, board chairman. Also happy birthday to you. God bless you with blessings from Kofigo. Kofigo is the one wishing this birthday. So Kofi, I'm ready for you, all right? So happy birthday to Wofaya Boatinja, former national organizer for the NDC as well. And happy Mother's Day to both of you.
Thank you, Annie.
And to myself.
Thank you.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day to all of us.
Why are you looking at me?
Same to you.
Why that look? No, why that turn?
It's interesting. I
It
thought
was so swift. It's like,
well, I find it strange because you don't really amplify some of these things. So
Some
it's
of
good
what?
to know
Mother's
when it comes
Day?
to mothers, when it comes to women and all that, you don't really amplify those things. So it's quite.
I don't
it's good.
amplify
Happy
Mother's
Mother's
Day.
Day to you too.
why is it for everybody to amplify
Happy
it?
Mother's Day to you too, Annie. I mean, we wish
Why are you
all.
always at
We
a
wish all.
crossroads with me when it comes to women issues?
Annie, obviously, I know your position on these things. You are not very accommodating when it comes to
Oh, that's a wrong
women
word.
issues.
That's a wrong word to use.
What word should I use?
Maybe I'll stick with your amplify. I don't amplify it.
So happy birthday to, our mothers. Nah,
You mean happy Mother's Day?
I wish
Sylvia?
my mother a happy Mother's Day. I always say it. When you worry them and you grow up and you have your own, then you have renewed respect for them. I remember someone was complaining. I went to my daughter's school and one of the teachers were complaining. She was like, she thinks the girl is like me. I'm like, oh, there's nothing like that. She can never be like me. So I called my mother. I put her on speaker. She was like, if my daughter is going to do half of what I did to her, I won't survive. So you have renewed respect for your mothers when you also go through the process, or even when you're taking care of other people, not necessarily your biological children. Even having someone help you in the house and you taking care of them is a whole thing. So we appreciate our mothers, all women in this country. We appreciate everyone. And may they continue to do what they do. I mean, without mothers, without women, this world will not be what it is. So I know you disagree.
I agree. I agree completely.
Okay,
I mean, I stand for two genders, male and female. So why won't I agree? They have the biological makeup to bring forth. So, of course, I agree.
Okay.
What you're thinking is not what we're celebrating today, so I don't know where your argument is.
Well, how do you know what I'm thinking?
I know what you're thinking.
There's a reason why God made it impossible for us to see what is in each other's head and in our hearts.
Oh, I don't see what's in your head, but I know the trend you're taking because you keep saying it. It's a trend. Every time issues of women come up, it's just a trend. So it's only logical for me to know what you're thinking. So that's it. Anyway, but thank you to all mothers. And it's your time for us to celebrate you. So we're celebrating you. We're grateful for all the motherly care and love that you have given us. You know, sometimes it's very difficult when even you're going on in life. And those of you who still have your mothers alive, when you're going on in life and it's so difficult, you won't call your dad. Oh. It is the mothers you call. I mean, that is so true. So, and we're grateful that you still live and guide us towards our activities. Right. I will go straight to the issues of the Electoral Commission because I think it's so rife. From last week, Friday, I personally received about 4 different releases from the EC. And that regards, of course, the registration exercise and, what the EC continues to explain to us with things that happened. So we had a press release that had initial challenges with the registration exercise. Remember that we had some machines. It says that the Commission wishes to bring to the attention of the general public the following. That's the monitoring of the voters' registration exercise. This morning, we observed that some technical challenges, internet connectivity in a number of our centers. And then we also did the delayed start of the registration exercise. We also have another one we received another one that said exhibition of the voters register offers opportunities for corrections. The attention of the Electoral Commission has been drawn to a new voter ID card circulating on social media, indicating that the bearer of the card registered at Kaswa in the Central Region. So it said that the card gives the bearer's residential address as Kaswa in the Central Region and the district as Ayawaso North in the Greater Accra Region. Our investigations have revealed that this was as a result of an error by the data entry clerk. Now, this phenomenon is not unusual. It is for this reason that the law makes provision for the voters to correct any errors with their data during the voters' exhibition exercise from Monday, 15th of July to Wednesday, 24th of July, 2024. We also had another one that said error in registration slip does not affect voters' eligibility. That also said the attention of the Electoral Commission had been drawn to the registration slip circulating on social media, indicating that the bearer of the registration slip at Kaswa, okay, I think I read this one. Now, this one said that day 2 of voters' registration exercise network challenges. The Commission wishes to inform all its stakeholders and the general public that some challenges were experienced with the network this afternoon, affecting the online mode of registration. The Commission has directed its district officers to switch to the offline mode of the registration beginning tomorrow, the 9th of May, 2024. This was last week. So the Commission apologizes for the delays experienced this afternoon. The Commission assures the stakeholders that should there be a backlog of the voters at the end of the 21-day process, the registration exercise will be extended beyond the 27th of May 2024, which, of course, some opinion leaders and experts in the system has also called for the EC to extend the dates. We also have another one that says the Electoral Commission reacts to NDC request for serial numbers of BVDs deployed for the ongoing voters registration exercise. And on this note, the EC posted on its page about the BVDs. It said that Electoral Commission, okay. So it was a question and it was hashtag, let the citizens know. You know, the EC has that hashtag. The question was, if a complete BVR kit made up of a laptop and a camera, scanner and printer could not be used for registration and voters because of lack of the activation code as reported by the media at some registration centers, how can anyone suggest that 5 missing laptops in their own or on their own can be used to register voters? And remember, that's why the NDC was, asking for, the serial numbers of the BVDs machines. Now, all that happened last week, it was a lot. It was so much with the EC last week. And then, over the weekend, a lot also happened. Remember that we have Collins Dauda, an MP, being arrested over some registration violence. We had the violence of, I don't know if that was violence, but Richard Ahiagba in Ketu South, confusion there. I think he's also been explaining himself. And then this morning, actually, the latest release that we've received from the NDC is addressing certain issues that I've been reading from last week, from the weekend, because the EC posted its numbers or data that it had gathered after the period of registration, I think the first phase of registration. And it was identified by some members within the NDC or official members who are also keeping track of what's happening in the electoral process, and identified that there were errors. So they posted the errors, and in the person of Dr. Omane Boama, he posted the errors. And then later, we realized that the data that was posted on the EC page was changed. So I want to assume that the EC identified those errors and also removed them. I just want to assume. And then did another reposting with different, data or flyers or graphs, right, representing what has happened over the period. Now, the release that has come from the NDC this morning, just this morning before I started talking, is that the NDC responds to arrest of Member of Parliament for Sutifi South, Honorable Collins Dauda, in connection with the ongoing voter registration. The National Democratic Congress NDC has taken note of a statement by the Ghana Police Service that it has arrested a Member of Parliament for a Sutifi South constituency, Honorable Collins Dauda, for his alleged involvement in some disturbances at the voter registration exercise in Kukum, in the Sunafo South constituency in the Ahafo region. So it says, having had the benefit of facts surrounding the said incident, the party wishes to respond to as follows. 1. On or about 10 a.m. on Saturday, 11 May 2024, a group of thugs belonging to the ruling National Democratic Party, New Patriotic Party, numbering about 40, besieged the Sunafo South Constituency Registration Center at Kukum. Wearing face masks and dressed with looked like military apparel, these MPP thugs unleashed violence on the registration center. At the registration center, they attacked and chased away the perceived first-time NDC voters, numbering about 150, who were in a queue waiting to be registered. 3, the hooded MPP thugs, who were led by one anointing, threatened the accredited NDC agent, police officer, and other observers, insisting that they will not allow the first-time voters to be registered. The attacks persisted from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. On that fateful day. At about 3 p.m., the police at Kukum called for reinforcement from the Regional Police Command at Koso. This did not, however, deter the MPP bandits who continued to engage in the heated verbal exchanges with the police at the scene, insisting that they will allow the perceived supporters of the NDC to register. In the midst of the pandemonium, one Daniel Arthur, a known NDC member, and the assembly member for the Denyase electoral area, Abu NDC coordinator for Asarikrom electoral area, has as well as the NDC registration agent at the center, were severely brutalized by the MPP thugs. Upon hearing about the ongoing chaos, the NDC supporters rushed to the scene, to ascertain the situation for themselves and offer the support to the NDC supporters who were under attack. Upon seeing the NDC supporters, some of the MPP TAC voted. Calm was restored at the center for some time, allowing for the harassed supporters of the NDC to register. In a sudden turn of events, one of the MPP TACs drove across and blocked the road when the Asutifi South NDC supporters were leaving the center. He then pulled a gun and began to shoot indiscriminately at the NDC supporter in their vehicle. At this point, the NDC supporters, in exercise of their right, self-defense, shot back. I am shocked.
Boot for boot.
Shot back to deter the attacks. No one sustained gunshot injuries. Now, this fact was corroborated by the police in their investigative report read to Collins Dauda, MP for Asutifi South, in the presence of Honorable Eric Opoku, MP for Senafo South, at the meeting on the morning of Sunday, 12th of May 2024. We wish to place on record that at no point was a member of Parliament for Asutifi South or Honorable Collins Dauda present at the Kukum Registration Center on Saturday, 11th May 2024, contrary to the claim by the Ghana Police Service. Honorable Collins Dauda was busily monitoring the ongoing registration exercise at the constituency of Asutifi South and was nowhere near the incident at the Kukum, which is located in the Senafo South constituency. So several NDC supporters who were hospitalized after being brutalized by the MPP TACs have since lodged official complaints with the Kukum police. Now, the NDC condemns to no uncertain terms the unprofessional haste of the police service to publish the so-called arrest of the Member of Parliament for Senafo South constituency and create impression all over the media as though he has committed a crime. It's long. It goes on and on. Let me read the last paragraph. It says that even though we in the NDC will never initiate any such attacks, let it be known that our supporters reserve the right to defend themselves against any violence or attacks. Signed, Sami Jemfi Esquire, National Communications Officer of the NDC. So that came, or what preceded this press release was also another indication by Dr. Mani Bowman that had to do with the registration, that the EC's highly avoidable and highly possible deliberate misrepresentation of registration. Yesterday, after exposing the Electoral Commission of their misrepresentation of figures of registrants in the ongoing limited registration exercise, the EC deleted their error-ridden figures on this website. Now, it says that we captured some of the errors as follows. Errors: Electoral Commission of Ghana, 19,267 must be the total of registered, not 25,287 for day 2. Similarly, day 3 should be 48,616 and not 43,417. Who is adding the figures at the headquarters of the Electoral Commission? Eagle's eye in quotes. However, the NDC National Election Directorate had already taken screenshots of the originally highly avoidable and highly possible deliberate misrepresentation. That's what the NDC thinks. Misrepresentation. Okay, and curiously, but not unsurprisingly, this misgoverning MPP is neither worried about the misrepresentation of figures nor the stolen components of the biometric voter registration BVR kits under the CCTV surveillance. So it is in the era of Excel. We cannot trust that the elementary errors committed by the EC are mistakes, particularly as the EC allowed components of BVR kits to be stolen under the CCTV surveillance at their headquarters. So recall in the declaring of results of the 2020 presidential elections, the stolen verdict of the EC engaged in such error-ridden arithmetic acrobatics which made Akufo-Addo president. Let me serve a stern warning to the EC and its collaborators. We have run out of patience. The warning is duly served. It comes with exclamation mark. Register for change. Organize. Don't agonize. 24-hour economy. ####. So on your screen are some of the figures that were posted earlier on by Electoral Commission, and then maybe later the changes were done. I'm sure the errors were identified and they were done. These were just screenshots that was earlier taken by the, the page or on the page of the Electoral Commission. I'm sure these are part of the corrected ones. If you go on the page now, you see these ones. Right. Aisha, let me come to you. So since you are raising concerns, first it started with Richard Ahangba. I saw what happened in the K2 South, some of the videos. Maybe they'll put it out for you to see what happened. What are you doing about all these? Especially, I'm much more worried about the press release you have just put out this morning.
Good morning once again, Annie, and good morning to our viewers. Annie, you see, it's very difficult dealing with an electoral commission that you have little or no trust for. It's very difficult because, like you said, a lot has happened over the weekend and ever since this whole registration started. The first day was just terrible. We thought this EC would have learned from past events and made, progress. But we ended up seeing a lot of errors and things we could have avoided. That aside, we realized that the MPP in the various constituencies are kind of trying to intimidate our people. But this time it's not for them. We are not going to sit down and watch them get away with threats, get away with violence. No, we have already told them we are well prepared for them. We are well prepared for them. And it even becomes, the situation becomes worse when after all that goes on in the constituencies in the various districts, you come back and realize that the figures on the EC Facebook page and website have changed. The figures have changed from what it's supposed to be. Yesterday, Honorable Omanibo Ama put out some figures about the errors. Am I making a brief introduction, or I'm just talking about?
No, you're talking.
Okay, so he made some figures, he published some figures that shows that there were contradictions in what we have and what the EC has posted. In fact, the EC, the Electoral Commission itself, posted figures in the various regions, the number of people who have registered, if you sum all of them together, did not tally with the total figure they gave.
That it posted.
Yes. So, for instance, the daily report on the registration with day one, let's say, yes, we were almost on the same page because we had almost the same figures. When you put all your margin of errors and stuff together, the figures were almost the same. Then came day two. We recorded 19,000. But EC recorded 25,000. That's about 6,000 more of what we have recorded across the country. So we had to go and check the various regions, sum up the total to be sure we had our figures right. And true, our figures were right. Now we go on their website or on your page, Facebook page, where they have posted the specific figures for each constituency and region. We totaled it and realized it's in tandem with our figure, yet they have quoted 25,000 instead of the 19,000.
Okay, so let me get it straight. So what you tallied as a party, and what the numbers or the figures it posted
in the various regions
tallied with what you had
we
tallied.
had, yes.
But the quotes it puts on the regions,
the total
sum appeared different.
Exceeded by 6,000.
Even though its own numbers it had posted were different. I mean,
exactly.
the total of that was different. That was the 19,000 and over.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Day two, day three, we had 43,417. That was the figure they posted. No, that was the figure we had. Now, they posted 48,616. Again, you do the total sum, and ours tallied with the various
basic numbers.
regions. Yes, the various regions of the registered numbers. However, the figure, the total sum of registrants have been bloated. So, Honorable Omanibuama had to quickly raise alarm that who is in the Electoral Commission that is increasing or bloating the figures. Then quickly, they had to go and pull what they posted on their Facebook page down. This is the kind of EC we are dealing with. So there is little or no trust for this EC as far as this 2024 elections is concerned. And there are reasons why we don't trust this EC. Annie, you remember during the 2020 elections, the number of times this Electoral Commission had to announce results. As we speak, we don't even know the specific figure. The specific figure with which they declared the NPP winners of the 2020 elections. We don't know till date.
How? The 2020?
Annie, do you know? Do you know the figure with which they declared the NPP winners of the 2020
Well, but there was a final figure he gave.
We had 5 figures.
Corrected.
Corrected.
Yes.
To the 5th one.
Yes.
Which one do we take? Because even the final figure.
No, but if you get a figure and they tell you that it's corrected, it's corrected.
Yes, it was corrected. But even the final figure, you check and it is not up to 50 plus 1. Even the final figure they finally used to declare the MPP. It was still not up to 50 plus 1. And it's rather unfortunate that when you take such an issue to court, the court will be there to tell you the EC holds nobody an answer. And you see, that is what has emboldened them to continue on that tangent. Today, the EC keep making mistakes. You go on their website and it's one mistake, from one mistake to the other. Just yesterday, even after they pulled the errors we exposed, again, if you look at the color coding, we did in statistics, you know, you do color coding, like they were trying to do a statistics of the number of females who have registered and the number of males who have registered. So they used yellow to represent.
I think we can have that. We have that graph. So if you can put it up.
Yeah, they used
the green and the yellow graph.
Yes.
Yes.
They used yellow to represent male on the bar. The coding.
Okay. The indication
the color
of
coding.
Yes.
And they used green to represent female. However, on the pie chart, yellow represented female and green represented male. How do anybody read this and understand? This is the kind of EC we are dealing with. Look, as recent as the...
okay, I've seen what you're... Okay,
yes.
Okay, let's take our time.
Yes.
So if you do the coding, you are doing analysis, data analysis like this, and you're doing color coding.
Yeah.
Female, you see that female is represented yellow.
Yeah.
And then male...
In fact, the color coding, male is represented yellow.
No, I'm looking at the pie chart.
Okay.
So you look at the pie chart.
Okay.
So female is represented yellow, and male is represented in green. But the color coding to indicate it's been swapped.
It's been swapped.
So that's wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is not even it's just wrong.
It's wrong. Absolutely.
It's just wrong.
So those are the mistakes. You see, this EC, the whole country has entrusted the safety and security of the country in its care as far as election 2024 is concerned. We've entrusted the safety, security of our country in their hands. We all know how sensitive elections are in this country.
Oh, wow.
So if you start doing things like this, especially knowing that there are MPP apparatchiks who have been appointed into the Electoral Commission. Do you expect us to sit down, fold our arms, and watch you and say we trust you to do a good job? Annie, there are MPP people who have been appointed into the EC. We raised concerns from the very first day they got the appointment till date. Peace Council hasn't come out to say anything. We have opinion leaders.
Kodeo came out to speak. I mean,
Kodeo came out to speak.
Kodeo actually
what has come out of it? The president has called everybody's bluff. And he's still keeping them there. How do we trust such an electoral commission? Especially if after everything we keep seeing such errors. Now they come to tell us that BVR kits, some BVR components of some BVR kits are missing. Then came registration. And we said, fine.
I want to understand something. The BVR kits that are missing and the machines that were auctioned. Yes, they were said to be obsolete and then thereafter auctioned. They are different, eh?
Yes, they are
so
different.
those that were stolen.
Yes.
And then those that were auctioned to were auctioned. And the auctions, you were trying to find whom they were auctioned to.
Yes, because we didn't hear anything about it.
Okay.
They just came out to tell us that they've auctioned them. So, with the stolen ones, you are telling us that some components of the BVR kits have been stolen. And because of that, we can't use them for registration. So what the NDC asked is that you provide us with serial numbers of the available BVRs, machines, so that nobody can smuggle in any stolen machine into the system later. Once we have the serial numbers, we know that, okay, so these are the BVR machines that were used in the 2024 elections. And these are the machines we expect to give us the accurate figures after all is said and done. But what is the EC telling us? That they can't provide us with the serial numbers and that it will lead to some phishing and to some... You see, unfortunately for the EC, these serial numbers are boldly written at the back of the machines. Boldly written. They are not even hidden. The serial numbers are boldly written at the back of all the BVR kits. They are there, boldly written. So, if the serial numbers are so sensitive that hackers can use serial numbers to hack into the system, why are they boldly written at the back of the machines? Trying to make excuse for everything just to deny the NDC a smooth running process into this election 2024. Making flimsy excuses for everything. Meanwhile, in 2016 and subsequent registrations, agents were made to take serial numbers of BVR kits. So what has changed? Annie, what has changed? You see, the issues are such that after every incident, our trust for the EC will drop by a percentage. After every incident, our trust for the EC will drop by a percentage. Annie, like I've said, we have seen this Electoral Commission being manned by NPP apparatchiks. And some of these NPP apparatchiks we've seen being part of Dr. Bawumia's campaign. Dr. Apiahene, Peter Apiahene.
Yeah.
Recently, he was spotted as part of Dr. Bawumia's campaign.
Oh,
yes.
how?
Yes.
Doing what?
When Bawumia went to Techiman,
What was he doing?
he was part of the campaign team.
Are you sure you saw him?
Yes. Oh, yes. It's,
So why
the
didn't
pictures
you
are
take a
making
picture
rounds.
or
No, the pictures
video?
are making rounds on social media. You can Google and see. The pictures are making rounds. His face has been circled. He was part. Yes. This is supposed to be a neutral person. This is supposed to be a referee for the 2024 December 7th elections. But Annie, this is no news. This is a person who was communicating for the NDC.
For the MPP.
For the MPP, sorry. Told us a lot on how they won't sit down and watch the NDC win elections.
Yes.
He told us, so it's not a surprise to see such a person in the team of Dr. Bawumia campaigning for him.
That preceded his appointment. And after the appointment, the explanation and the questions that were coming, the explanation we received was that he's an expert. He actually has an IT background. So, in fact, when we're seeing the color coding mistakes, I was thinking about him. That why is he making mistakes? Because he's supposed to, have those things corrected.
So we have every reason to even believe that all those color coding mistakes and the wrong figures are deliberate. We have every reason to think.
There might be genuine mistakes.
Fine, that's what you think. But as far as we are concerned in the NDC, we don't trust an MPP person being at the Electoral Commission and having such mistakes. So you see, you said his appointment, his MPP communication preceded his appointment. But you see, before his appointment, he was an MPP person. Before his appointment, he was an MPP person. And it's one of the reasons why we said that such a person, absolutely, that's him there. And this Dr. Bawumia?
Was it?
That's him.
Wait, was it a campaign trail?
Of course.
It was a campaign.
Of course.
This was in Techiman.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe he was just there and coincidentally he heard Dr. Bawumia was around and he came.
Okay, to do what?
Not necessarily to be on the train or to be...
To do what? As an electoral commissioner, to do what?
As a former communicator.
And I know you are trying to play the devil advocate here.
I'm not playing.
But you see, those of us in the NDC, we take serious exception to some of these things. Because this is somebody who is to serve as a neutral, a referee for the 2024.
I'm just deploying all the possibilities possible,
Yeah, I know you are trying to hold brief for them.
I'm not holding brief for them.
You are playing the devil's advocate and all that. But Annie, as far as we are concerned, this man has come out to tell us all that they want to do to win the 2024 elections. This man is a die-in-the-wool MPP man who has been appointed to the EC. If there is anything that he can do to make sure the MPP wins 2024 elections, if there is any possibility, he will be first to do it. And you see, as the EC is even telling us that they are not going to give us the serial numbers of the BVR kits, these are people who will have easy access to those same kits they are denying us.
Are the parties entitled to those serial numbers?
They are.
Did they used to give to them?
Yes. I told you earlier that since 2016, the BVR kits, the serial numbers of the BVR kits are made available to party agents. Yes. So it's not something, this time around, we were insisting on it because of the missing. We didn't want to get into a situation where they will realize that some BVR kits have been smuggled back into the system with some figures we have no knowledge of.
I mean, I can understand. It's tricky.
Especially dealing with an electoral commissioner like J. Mensah and his people and her people.
Okay.
So, Annie, you see where we've gotten to as a country. If we have to worry this much because of all the circumstances, then it should tell you the reason why our agents, our people, will fight with the last drop of blood in them to protect the votes of the citizens. Any wonder the violence, attacks, and everything is going on in our various constituencies? No wonder. Because you've proven to us that even when it happens, even when we see faults and point them out, you will be there for us. You won't even come and condemn it. We've seen things happen in time past. 8 people getting killed in an election and nobody in the MPP made it a point to even commiserate with the deceased family. In fact, they told us that they were criminals. We were told they were criminals. This is the kind of government and electoral commission we are dealing with.
Right. Let me do this quick one. So Mark from USA, Mark, good morning to you and belated happy birthday to you. He said that he sent the results of the 2020 elections, quoting Nanado of the new Patriotic Party having 51.30%, which represents 6,730,587 votes. John Mahama getting 47.86%, representing 6,213,132 votes. The parliamentary and others also here. The breakdown he sent it, and he says, color coding mistakes do not happen, although we don't. Do happen, although we don't expect such mistakes in high tension process towards the 2024. Not long ago, President Kenyatta of Kenya was made the president of Ghana during the Ghana's independence anniversary by state protocol. We talked about it and forgot it as a printer's devil. I don't know how you are comparing this color coding to the printing of Kenyatta's name as a president of Ghana. That clearly, Mark, this one, I personally even disagree with you, or I am on a different, because you're using Excel or a system to do color coding. It's not that you are using pencil to draw or some printer to print and it prints mistakes. No, you code it and then the machine or the system gives you the outcome. It's not like printing. I'm not sure if I can even explain any further, but well, that's your message. But thank you, Mark from USA. Lara too, let me just quickly, I have someone, okay, let me read Mansa Musa. He says that, good morning, Annie, can you please update us on what exactly happened at the K2 South Registration Center? Is it a matter of being, is the matter being thoroughly investigated? Good morning from Mansa Musa is a question. Lara, so I'll take a break so that when you start, I don't interject you. When we come back, you will have your chance. Those of you who don't know exactly what happened in K2 South, Richard has responded to it. I think he spoke to CTFM. I'll read that to you when we get back. After this break, we're back shortly. You're welcome back to the program. It's Good Morning Ghana. I'm still in the studio with Laura Tamusa Saka, who is a member of the NPP, and also Aisha Al-Hassan is also a member of the NDC communications team. Let me just do this quickly and go to Lara. What does wealth mean to you if you want to live like a tycoon? Remember, who's got the mullah got the power. Ghana's newest lottery game draws live on Adum TV at 9 a.m., 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. daily. Now pick up your tablets and phones and download the Game Park Games app on your Play Store. You can also play on the website at www.gameparkgames.com by dialing *946# *946# on all networks. So just choose from the numbers from 0 to 9, and it's easy to play, easy to win as well. So make some moolah or cash today. Nobody beats our odds to it in Ghana. Game Park Games is a more moolah, more power. It's regulated by the National Lottery Authority. Betway Cash Out is also around the SSIS Soko. Betway is giving you more control over every thrilling bet you plays. Enjoy the biggest and most reliable cash out in Ghana today on Betway without hassle. So sign up today at betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions apply. It's not for persons under 18 and it's also regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Now, Blue Jeans Energy Drink also has been on the market for over 20 years, and you already know what it does for you. It contains vitamins and nutrients like vitamin B2, B3, B6, B12, as well as taurine and guarana, which also is known to boost your strength and energy, as well as promote high performance and endurance. Blue Jeans Energy Drink has been tried and tested, and it's indeed the best. Contact them on Budget Cash and Carry Limited on 0208 128 190 or 055 001 0000. From bulk purchase, they will definitely come to your doorstep and deliver to you. Now, just for those of you who are also trying to understand what happened with Richard Ahiagba at K2 South, the Director of Communications of the New Patriotic Party, Richard Ahiagba, has denied reports that he attempted to register twice in a limited voter registration exercise. According to him, the claims is false and without merit. There was chaos at the K2 South Electoral Registration Center this Saturday, May 11, 2024, when Ahiagba went to get registered on the electoral roll. According to reports, the processing of his details was halted after officials of the National Democratic Congress (NDC) raised objections. The NDC agents pointed out that MPP's communications director had voted in the 2020 elections and thus would be liable for double registration if his application was allowed to proceed. But in the statement made available to Ghana Web, he said, "I have seen some videos on social media, NDC operatives misinforming Ghanaians. The claim that I have tried to do double registration is false, without merit." Narrating what happened at the registration center, he said, quote, "I have registered and voted in K2 South in 2000, and my citizenship and sonship of K2 South are well known by the NDC agents who challenged my eligibility today. In 2020, I received a voter's ID for the 2020 general election for Electoral Commission. However, during the 2023 limited voters registration exercise, my biometrics failed to register, and I have since discovered that many others have had the same issue. I tried to rectify this administrative error during the 2023 limited voter registration exercise, but the EC officials advised me to seek inclusion later or get a new voter's ID card during the 2024 limited voters registration window. Today, I went to the registration center where I registered in 2020 to fix the EC's administrative error. But I was met with frivolous and obstructive challenge to my eligibility. Despite my attempt to advise the NDC challenger to stop obstructing the registration process, both the NDC agents and the EC officials paid no attention. This challenge is a sign of more disruptive acts to come. Therefore, I urge the EC to take a firm and decisive stance to deal with these tendencies and ensure peace. Okay, so those are just briefs of the communications director for the MPP, Richard Ahiagba, on your screens. And what happened in the scenes there also on your screen as well. Right. Laratu.
Yes. Honey, before I even go
the MPP on the other side doesn't seem to be worried about some of the issues the NDC is raising.
Before I even go into the issues of EC and the registration, let's when we come and sit on set, we have the responsibility to be truthful and respectful to our viewers. Most of them are even more enlightened and educated than us. So let me just clear this blatant lie that was just told and is being peddled in relation to Dr. Peter Piahene. If you go onto the University of Energy and Natural Resources website and you use the search icon and you key in Piahene, his picture pops up. And this is what you see. Personal data, Peter Piahene, mail, staff ID, his email, institutional email address is there. Professional data, position, senior lecturer, head of department, school, sciences, department of information, technology, and decision sciences. So he's the head of department at the University of Energy and Natural Resources. Why am I giving this? The event, let's also not forget that His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, apart from being the leader and flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, is still the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. So has duties that he attends to as the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. So whilst he was on his tour, he took a break to attend an event on dubbed Small Scale Mining Conference organized by University of Energy and Natural Resources and MIF, Minerals Income Investment Fund. The picture you put there, the man in the blue suit shaking His Excellency, the Vice President, is the Vice Chancellor of the university. So you go back and circle Dr. ABBEY Ahene there. Why was he there? He was there, one, as head of department, and two,
no,
this picture was taken.
This
picture was taken after a group picture. Anybody who's used to these events, whenever it's done, the keynote speaker, who was the vice president, took a picture with the leadership of the
Is it this
school.
man in the blue suit?
That's the vice chancellor. Look at where the man is standing and they've circled him. In our quest to do propaganda and mislead, we must be smart about it. This wasn't a campaign event. It was an official event. It was a conference that His Excellency, the Vice President, attended as a keynote. Okay. These are verifiable facts. The event was organized by University of Energy and Natural Resources and Mineral Investment Income Investment Fund. So these are verifiable facts.
So ABBEY Ahene happened to be there.
He's head of department of the university.
Yeah.
They took a picture with the vice president and heads of, when you go for events and it's institutional, the keynote speaker or the guest speaker, like His Excellency the President also does, or even on a normal campaign program, the flag bearer or the president or whoever is, he takes pictures with the executive. So that is the picture that was taken. He took a picture with them. As head of department, he's part of the school university's management. So let's not be quick in misleading people.
But you know why you keep explaining these things?
Come again?
You know why you keep explaining these things?
Keep explaining what? It was a lie that was being told.
I'm saying that about Peter ABBEY Ahene as a person. Do you know that? You know why you keep explaining issues and events and things around him?
Yeah, because we have a bunch of compatriots in the space who think everything is propaganda capital. You don't do such low-level propaganda when the facts are bare. What is it? Is it because he's a commissioner of EC? I mean, in even some... in another bread, they call him the head of IT. He's a commissioner. It's just like the board of the EC.
No, it's because he's
not the head of IT at the Electoral Commission.
It's because he's known to be an MPP member, communicator for the party. That's why. It's not because he's an IT member at EC.
When I saw
or head of IT,
his appointment,
it's not because he's a head of.
When I saw his appointment,
because the government decided to use an MPP communicator into such a state institution, everything around him, unfortunately or fortunately, you have even explained, everything around him now is being monitored. That's the difficulty you're facing.
If you give someone a duty, right? I mean, I'll be the first person to condemn him if he goes following a campaign team. It's just like saying the referee, you see the referee of a game you're going to play sitting with the opponents or the other team that you're close. Obviously, that is not acceptable. But he was there at his university's events. Let's be smart about these things.
So did he invite Dr. Bawumia, since he's the head of the department? Is he the one responsible for
Dr. Bawumia was shaking the vice chancellor's name. Who leads the university?
No, but
it's the vice chancellor who leads the university. The vice chancellor is just like the headmaster of the school. So how does Dr. ABBEY Ahene invite the vice president to the event? I'm just saying,
for the information you provided about him,
yes.
Anyone who sits down to try to do any logical trail of the activities of Peter ABBEY Ahene, it is normal, it will be very acceptable for the person to think, first of all, he's the head of that department that organized the program.
No. Annie, please listen to me. I didn't say he's the head of department that organized that program.
No, I'm saying
he was at the event as the head of the... No, Annie, don't...
You are not getting me correctly.
Okay, so go ahead.
Is he the head of the department?
What department?
What department did you
I didn't mention a department.
Read
who organized...
Read for me again.
Listen,
I
told you, I gave his background because I told you that when you go onto the website, you see his personal data, see his staff number and everything. Then you see his professional data in the university.
And what's
right?
that? I want that
And
one.
what I
No,
told
I want
you,
the department.
I can give my phone
No,
to you.
no,
to
where
check.
you read it? You just
Department of Information Technology and Decision Sciences.
Is that the department?
I gave you this background.
I'm saying
to
that.
build on
no,
the
take
point
your time,
that
take your time. Is
you're not listening to me.
Is it the department that organized the program?
If you were listening to me,
Just answer that question
no,
for
but
me.
if you were listening to me, I mentioned that the event was organized by the University of Energy and Natural Resources and Mineral Income Investment Fund.
And I'm saying that.
And he happens to be there.
Does it fall directly under this department?
It's a small-scale mining conference.
So does it
was organized by the university.
Yes, it's fine.
Yes.
Does it fall under his department?
So heads of departments and the vice chancellor
are
were
all
there. So it's the university, the institution, University of Energy and Natural Resources, and Mineral Income Investment Fund that organized that conference. And His Excellency, the Vice President, was there as the keynote speaker. Let's get that clear.
Okay.
Now let's come to the issues of EC. We've come a long way as a country with our electoral processes. I think this EC has taken us along. I don't remember if you have any knowledge to that. You can educate me. But this EC in particular has kept the citizen along on everything they decide to do. Throughout registrations, limited registrations, transfer of votes, district level education. They give you every day what happens. I don't remember it being done on the scale that they are doing it. What I remember was at the end of the day, probably there was this technology wasn't this rife, so the information was not coming on a daily basis. But even before, they even established something called the Citizen Must Know. They'll hold a press conference, talk about the issues and all that. I think they've kept us all in tune with what they are doing. As for our compatriots, for me, what they are doing is the noise before a defeat. This is what they did and ended up wasting all of us our time in courts when they didn't even have evidence. Till date, I don't think they can tell us. They are quick to say, and the EC has how many figures. I don't think they can tell us what they got in 2020. Their own national chairman now, then their general secretary, attributed to that. They didn't have evidence. They wasted all of us our time. And we went to court and spent resources and all that. At the end of the day, they didn't even have the figures to show that they won or they didn't win. So, I mean, it's good to know that now they are paying attention to figures and all that. And I also think that these are not mistakes. I mean, with the kind of opposition we have, these are not mistakes that should be encouraged. I mean, when you look at the data they provided, all the regional figures were okay. It was just the tally. But I don't think that is something that must be encouraged. And the EC has done the right thing by correcting it. They have decided to do it, but these are not mistakes because, I mean, dealing with figures...
They've just pulled it down. They haven't corrected it yet.
No, I think this morning you must check. They've come out with a statement. I heard it on one of the radio stations on my way here.
What I know,
they've come out with a statement with a corrected tabulation. But when you look at it, the figures on the regional basis,
they don't have a corrected tabulation yet. The last post on their page, I mean, if they've released the statement, they'll put it on the page. But the last post on their page is yesterday, the ones that had mistakes. So they've pulled down.
They've pulled down.
Yes, they've pulled down the regional data.
When I was coming, I heard, was it City? I think City FM reading out a statement the EC has come up. Probably it's not on their page yet, but there's a release to that effect correcting that. Those are not mistakes.
Let me see if I will find it.
That we all need to be vigilant and all that. But where our competitors are just being combative about it, I don't think they learned their lessons from 2016 and 2020. I mean, you can also begrudge them. These are people who have decided to launch themselves into boot for boot. Everything must be chaotic for them. We in the New Patriotic Party know the rules, adhere to the rules, know that when someone is going into a queue or is in the queue to go and register, you challenge after that and make sure that you follow it to its full conclusion. We are not there you don't win elections with the way they are going about it. We've all learned from the 2020 election petition to the 2016-2020 elections, and this one that the processes we are going through now. The elections are won at the polling station. The process starts now. Registration is being done. Good to be vigilant, but not be vigilant in a destructive manner. That is what we in the New Patriotic Party will not do. That's why we have our flag bearer and leader of our party moving from region to region, talking to those, campaigning, because that is how you win the people. And as we speak, he's in the northeast. He's in the northeast region. At a registration center,
if you find someone like a Richard Ahiagba-like person that you raise concerns about, that no, you cannot register double and stuff like that, will you allow the person to register and after which you go and follow up?
Come again.
If you find someone in the opposition party, for example, in a Richard Ahiagba-like manner, and you see that you can stop the process there, will you wait for him to go through it and later you go and follow up?
To the best of my knowledge and the rules, when someone is in the queue to register, you leave the person in the queue. But from the account of my director of communications, Richard, he's come out with his account of the thing. He was advised by the EC to go through the process and get inclusion. The EC took him through the process because they ask you a few questions, you fill the form, you go to the next process till your card is printed and laminated. Right. From what I gather, everything was done. The card is there. And usually when that happens, there's a review that is done. Committee, when you challenge, there's a review that is done. So until the EC comes out to refute what he said, I think I will go with his account of the issues. I don't think he went there to go and do double registration. I mean, that's a crime, and he knows more than I do. He's not the kind of person who just go in there and behave the way. If that's what people are doing from the other side, then probably because it takes...
That's what your people, or I would say not your people, but tax, allegedly, in Esnafo South constituency, where Sami Jemfi's release is on, that's where some tax were doing there, stopping people. For in their case, they were not noted to be coming to do double registration.
Yes, and they have just assumed they are MPP.
Yes, that's how they tag them.
That's how they are.
That's how they tag them.
They don't believe that their MP was arrested.
No.
But they can easily
No, they're not saying they don't believe their MP was... They're saying that he has been arrested wrongfully because he was not even there during the chaos. So on what basis do you even call his name?
Yes,
so they are trying to...
the cases.
Yes, so in their press release, they have chronology. They have the chronology of what happened. They've just outlined what happened and telling you this is what happened. So if there are tags there, in my case, I'm thinking if there are tags there and the police wants to arrest
and they
somebody,
conveniently tag those people there they claim are tagged as MPP. Right. And in that same statement that you read, I wasn't really following much, but in that same statement that you read, I heard that they said, they shot back. The people who shot back from the NDC side, they are what? They are not taxed.
I don't know who they are.
Get me the description for the...
Let me forward the statement to you.
The statement you read. No, read it out.
No, let me forward the statement to you. Yes.
I'm picking what you are. Those who shot back
the tax
from NDC side, they are not taxed. Right. Look, it's up to all of us to eschew violence and some of this indiscipline. The EC is in charge of the process of making sure that you get registered, get on the roll, and be part of the decision
So this is what
making
it reads.
who,
In a sudden turn of events, one of the NPP thugs drove across and blocked the road when the Sutifi South NDC supporters were leaving the center. He then pulled a gun and began to shoot indiscriminately at the NDC supporters in their vehicle. At this point, the NDC supporters, in exercise of their rights to self-defense, shot back to deter the thugs. Okay.
Oh my God. Come on. Seriously.
Yes.
Annie, you yourself, you are laughing. So the people who are shooting are conveniently MPP tags, but the ones who shot back are NDC supporters, angels as they are. Let's stop this hypocrisy and double standards. The person who wrote the statement, was he there?
He is a party
and I'm
executive. Did you get account from your party people?
Here. Good. No, but why would you conveniently label people MPP? How did they come to that conclusion? But there are people who shot back NDC supporters, and they are supposed to be angels. Who are the group of people known for violence in this country?
Hold on.
Who had their flag bearer go on a stage and say we boot for boot?
Okay, hold on.
Have you heard Dr. Bamia making
just hold on for me for a moment? So the MP for K2 South constituency, Jifa Gomashi, has called in and she wants to respond to some of the issues, how, Richard Ahangba also gave his account. So let me speak with her. Jifa Gomashi, I read Richard's account. Richard has spoken to the media, so I read his account. In fact, I listened to him on City this morning. So Jifa Gomashi, good morning to you.
Good morning, Annie. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Honorable Member. So you're welcome to the program. What intervention did you want to make?
Thank you, first of all, and good morning to the guests that you have and to your listeners. The account, the comment that my sister, the MPP rep, made, dovetailing into Richard's statement that you read, I needed to correct an impression that has been created. In 2020, I was at Huima Agodoma when Richard Ahangba voted without his name printed in the register. It had been written in pen. Your sister station, Peace FM journalists were there. I complained that how is it that his name is not in the register and you can allow him to vote? How do I verify that he has not voted somewhere else with that same story? But we let it pass. 2024, Richard comes now to the registration center at the EC's office, and we pick a form to challenge the process that he had set in motion, which was to come and register. Because as I said to you, I took a picture, which has gone viral now in 2024, of his name having been written in pen. If we want efficiency, if we want to be a part of the process of ensuring that free and fair elections, then nobody, either MPP or NDC, should question why we pick the form to ensure the right thing is done. In any case, when we pick the form, we are saying that go to adjudication, and whatever concerns you have as Richard Ahangba, of that standing, of that status in the new patriotic party, will be addressed. How is that an aggressive intervention? Is that not part of the process? Have we not exercised the right as citizens and people with an interest in the upcoming elections? The SDC wants to win the 2024 elections in a free and fair environment. And that includes everybody, and nobody is higher or bigger than the structure that we have all agreed to work with. He threatened us that if we challenge him, they will challenge many people the following day, and indeed, take a look at the 6 days. You will see a hike sharp hike in the number of people they challenge because we have challenged Richard Anyagba. If he can get away with it, can you imagine the number of people who can also vote without their names being in the register? And in challenging that, have we done wrong? He should just have accepted as all the other people accept when they are challenged to make themselves available on the given date to meet the committee that adjudicates such matter.
But you succeeded in stopping him from registering?
Yes, we did.
On what basis?
Because he voted in 2020 with his name written on pen. If he, by his statement, he says that he has a card.
Yes.
And that his verification didn't work. So if your verification didn't work, how did you manage to vote?
So he says, however, during the 2023 limited voter registration exercise, my biometrics failed to register. And I've since discovered that many others have had the same issue.
As a party with an interest in the elections, I am the sitting member of parliament and I'm the PC for the upcoming elections. If he had that private interaction with the EC, we don't know that. We don't know that. And we have to be sure that this is what happened. That can only happen at the adjudication committee. What he's laying claim to now, after the horses have voted, is a matter that we are not privy to. The only way we can know.
So why did you not wait and take it to the adjudicating committee? By filling the forms and
one shy. In 2020, when I questioned why he was allowed to vote, I was not satisfied with the responses. It is only at that by challenging the action that he was about to take. That's the only way we can know that the right thing is being done.
Okay. Honourable Member, I'm grateful for your time. Thank you for your intervention.
If it's illegal to pick a form, let the MPP tell me that it's illegal to pick a form to challenge anybody. And by the way, after they have threatened that they will hike and they will challenge the citizens of Ketu South, is that legal or that's illegal? After the people have provided those who will support them in the process, the people have told you that this is my relative. You say no, you have challenged them, and you cannot be challenged because you come from the area.
Right. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the intervention.
What is unfair should be unfair, and it is not about status worshipping.
Okay.
We cannot be treating citizens differently. We are all equal before the law.
Okay.
If you can challenge the people, we can challenge you.
Honourable Member, thank you.
It's up to him to go and prove his case at the adjudication committee.
Right. Thank you. So you're watching him and making sure he's not coming back until the adjudicating committee deals with his issue.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And I hope that the EC will do right by us because we are part of the process of ensuring that the Election Commission takes back its name, the good name that it had on the continent. We are part of that process to reclaim that glory and to ensure that the 2024 elections is free and fair. And it is my duty to police the ballot and the process for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and my good self. And by the way, let me wish Mrs. Lordina Mahama a belated happy Mother's Day, and Professor Nana Jane Opopajiman, Mommy, happy Mother's Day. And to all of you women, beautiful women.
Thank you, and to yourself, and to yourself, and to your good self as well. Thank you.
I love you back. I love you back, Annie. So we are part of the process to ensure that the EC's work is top notch.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Appreciate as MPP NDC. Appreciate Ketu South for being a part of the process to ensure that there's free and fair elections in 2024 and challenging Ketu South people every day. And because we are challenging Richard Anyagba, we will not make him win that election.
Right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Gomashi.
Well, I'm quite surprised at the intervention of the Honorable MP because if you listen to me, I said one, he's made a statement. The EC hasn't refuted what he said from the day he went there till this morning. I haven't heard anything. And what I said was, you don't need to go stopping the person in there. You challenge the person. It goes to a committee.
She said
and
once bitten, twice shy.
A decision is taken on it. So you going to stop him physically. One thing we also need to be clear about is no individual there, including the EC officials, are in charge of security. That is why the police are there. That is why when we are going to have elections on D-Day where polling stations are more than during the registration period, right, security personnel are drawn from the other security agencies to make sure that there's discipline at the thing. So at the centers. So it's up to all of us to make sure that we obey the rules. That is why you will not hear the MPP making noise, because we abide by the rules. If we think that you are not qualified, we challenge.
Okay.
And it goes to there. And you don't go physically stopping people from... You don't have the right to do that.
So Musa Bato says that, Annie, has Aisha Al-Hassan said that we believe... What Aisha Al-Hassan said means that we believe that the EC's officials have been giving the EC job to skew the election in favor of the MPP. But inshallah, the agenda will backfire. However, in 2012, Dr. Farijan allowed all political parties to have access to the serial numbers of BVR kits, but under Jean Mensah, Bosman Asari, and Dr. Sribo Koku, and Mr. Peter Piahene, requesting BVR kits serial numbers is like a taboo. How could 7 of these serial machines be stolen under the CCTV surveillance? Nobody knows whereabouts of these machines, and people are working freely. And the NPP has already told the people of Ghana that they are going to win the elections with a strategy and noted development. Annie, they have set in motion with the support of the EC in giving inaccurate figures in the limited registration exercise. The NDC should be vigilant from Al-Haji, Haruna, Ashaiman, and Mark from USA says, it looks like the Microsoft Excel program has not been updated. Surprised about the color coding mistakes, but you should know that with this kind of system, it's garbage in, garbage out. Good show. Thank you, Mark. And now I'm on the same path with you. I'm not sure when it's not updated, I'm not sure how it operates. Because even your phone, when you're using your phone, it's not updated. Sometimes it can be very challenging. You update and you see that the difference is clear. So maybe, just maybe, you're right. Good morning, Annie. Thank you. Senior Aircraft Tech Nelson, Southern Europe. Thank you. I've seen your message. Good morning to you too. Helga says that the number of PROs for the EC is legendary. Wowee. Okay. I don't know if I have a PRO for the EC on my show. But Mr. Joe, good morning to you. Thank you for your message. I think I can respond to you after the show later.
You interjected with an area.
Okay, thank you messages as well. Oh, guys. Okay, I'll come back to you. Mr. Sampiali says that Etuahene, still a member of the and staff and head of the IT of the university a year after being appointed. Apiahene. I think he wanted to mean, he meant Apiahene. Being appointed commissioner of the EC. This is the problem. Rashida, so even when you are admitting...
Who's Rashida?
I think you mean Lara too. Ambassador Sampierre, this is when you put me into trouble. So first you say Apiahene, it's Apiahene. And if you say Rashida, it's actually Lara too. Okay? So it's a grievous mistake for the EC. You are still insulting the NDC. I don't know. So what kind of institutional disrespect is this? Who has forgotten what the NPP did against the EC former chairperson? One MP, not at the scene of the violence, has been arrested, but an MP who was openly seen bribing EC officers is walking free. This registration is for first-time voters and persons who have turned 18. If Ahiagba voted in 2020, how does he become a first-time voter? Is he Ahiagba now turning 80 years? Your message is funny. Okay, I'm looking at Ahiagba and thinking he's now turning 18. Okay.
First-time voters are not 18 years.
Is Ahiagba a first-time voter?
No, but first-time voters are not. No, so you don't make that such an analogy.
No,
let's get it clear that first-time voters are not all 18 years.
Yes.
When I reach
but
voting,
he chose to ask the question. But he chose to ask the question. No.
But so
No, I'm not going to let
some
you do
of these
it.
things.
He chose to ask the question. Is Ahiagba now
no,
turning
you need to be
18?
clear.
Is that the question?
It's not,
from his message.
But what you need to correct the person is that it's not all first-time voters are not 18 years.
He said
the people who turned 18
Lara,
after the last registration.
Right
I'm
now.
not being dishonest.
I read in his message that
what did you say?
Registration
is he now turning 18?
He said no. He said in this registration it's for first-time voters and those turning 18. He captured the two. Then he chose
so why
to ask,
would you be attributing 18 years?
Ask the question on the 18 years.
Is
that your problem? How does that become your problem?
How valid is that
Somebody's
question?
message.
How valid is that question?
It's okay.
How valid is it?
It's okay. Calm down. It's okay.
Oh, come on. I'm okay.
So, okay. Good morning, and it's obvious that Laratu is oblivious of the fact that the NDC went to court to make the electoral commissioner to become accountable to the figures which was churned out by the outfit she represents. She represents, and subsequently altered on the 7 different. No, it wasn't 7. I think it was 4 to 5. So the crucifix of the reliefs which was seek by the NDC was hauled. Your message is not too clear. Davido, just look over it again and then correct it. I have a lot of messages, but sometimes I don't want to. I go without reading and I feel bad. So let me give you. Okay, I'll let you. But let Lara, you want to say something? Land,
no. What I'm saying is, look, when you these platforms, I know that during the week you call people to talk to issues. I think you should do that with the EC too. Call the EC in, because none of us here speaks for the EC.
We do.
But we can only speak to the issues because we are part of the process.
But you don't
you
don't seem to be worried about some of the mistakes that are coming up.
What mistakes?
And then many, you see, the EC, I raised a concern that the EC said, we are ready. They've tried and tested everything. And we are ready to go. Did the EC try the IT system? Did they try the doom source system? Did they try how, the population and the numbers that we can have, the population figures varying and the numbers we can have? Okay, when we face this, because it looks like these challenges are coming to the EC as new. They are overwhelmed. Because look at releases that can come in a day, 4, 5. It doesn't necessarily mean that the EC is communicating with us. No. It means that the challenges are overwhelming.
And those are not challenges we are oblivious of. But you don't go...
But you're very calm.
Listen, you don't go seeking clarification to an issue by already judging the situation.
Okay.
If I come here, right, and I've already assumed that you speak for the... Even though you are sitting as the host, you speak for the opposition or you speak for the other side. I come with a certain... Definitely, you fight back, right?
Yeah.
The EC had challenges. They make sure they release statements at every time to clarify. There's IPAC. So why should a political party not seek? Nobody is saying that if the EC is doing something untoward, something that will push all of us in a place that we don't want, it shouldn't be compared. But you have platforms. You have access to the EC. You have access to the officials. They come out and talk to us. Do you always have to come out and shout wolf when you don't even know what the issues are? Like this figures that came out with a total number. That is not a mistake EC should be making. But these are figures that come from the lowest level of our political structure. Comes up to the regional level, then comes to the national level. Probably given to someone to design
they
and
do
the
ultimate figure.
Why do you go ahead and make it seem as if the EC is doing something? It's like they are bent. Our competitors are just bent on painting the EC black. But I don't blame them because they are used to blaming everybody for their mistakes but themselves.
But don't make that mistake.
What mistake?
Think that these figures are just nothing.
These are mistakes. I didn't say it's nothing.
Hold on.
These are not mistakes the EC should be making.
That they are coming from the basic, the fundamental. That is what forms the ultimate results that you will call for either Dr. Baumia or
Annie,
Mahama or any other personal,
Annie,
presidential
listen to me.
Candidate that might win.
When I come for this show, right, and you do something that I'm not happy about, I'll talk to you, right? If you keep doing it, then I'll be forced to say it publicly. Even before this process started, they had, thankfully, the NDC is back to IPAC. They meet. Whenever they meet, they all come up with their opinions. You hear the main political party. You hardly hear most of the other political parties, but usually you hear from the side of the NDC. MPP, you hear from the side of the NDC. There must be that collaboration. But this attitude of our compatriots always shouting hoax. Anytime something that they can even do. And I will repeat, these mistakes are not mistakes the EC has to make.
Okay.
But the approach with which we seek to get them rectified should also be looked at.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, you keep painting the EC in that light. And what do you gain from it? Because you spend all this
What
energy,
do you gain from it?
What do they gain from it? You spend all this energy painting the referee black, not paying attention to what you're supposed to do. The NPP is not shouting because we are not. They've been, 2 days ago, I heard the majority leader talking about improvements in the process. Day one was chaotic. A lot of people, there were places that they even registered 2, 3. But could they even spoke about it? Gradually, with all those feedback and all that, it started picking up.
Okay.
But these are not things that
Aisha.
should be happening. But the way we go about getting them addressed is what our compatriots need to look at.
Okay. Aisha.
Annie, the stinking hypocrisy that has been exhibited this morning on this platform is so nauseating. Look, we were in this country when Charlotte Osei was appointed as the EC. We all saw what she went through in the hands of the MPP. Even changing a logo of the EC was a problem for the MPP. How it was going to affect the election results, we didn't know. She was called names. Unprintable words were used on her. We had people like Kennedy Japan telling us she exchanged sexual favors for her position.
No, don't repeat, I beg.
We had people like Otiko Jaba saying things like you said, we can't even repeat on this platform just because she was appointed by John Dramani Mahama. And today you sit here and want us to say that EC is doing everything fine because she has been appointed by your president. And the rest of the commissioners are MPP apparatchiks. So everything they are doing is okay.
Are you trying to...
everything they are doing is okay.
Are you trying to equalize?
And that the NDC is shouting today because there are errors in figures. Such legitimate issues, we can't even talk about them. We talk about them and they tell us we are shouting. Meanwhile, a logo, just a mere logo, change of logo, was a big issue in this country. A mere logo, change of mere logo was the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy is what I don't even want to hear this morning on this platform. I want to address some of the issues he raised.
Quickly,
that ABBEY Ahene was just there as a head of department or whatever.
Is he still there? Is he still at the university?
That's what she told us. So we don't even know if she doubles as a university lecturer, head of department, and still a commissioner. But that's what she is telling us, that he was there in that capacity. If you think ABBEY Ahene was just there in that capacity and had no other leanings, no affiliations, anybody would have been bothered or worried about why he was there? Who would have been worried? This is an MPP communicator. This is somebody who has come out boldly to say things to show that everything that would inure to the benefit of the MPP as far as election 2024 is concerned, he is for it. Was seen with Dr. Baumia. And you think we should just sit back, laugh. We should sit back and laugh and start clapping. We shouldn't talk about it. We talk about it and they say we are making noise. And again, the NDC didn't go to the Supreme Court to tell the Supreme Court that we had our figures and that the EC declared wrong figures. We went there to challenge the EC on the inconsistencies of her own figures because her figures were about 3, 4, 5. The figures came, changed. So we wanted her to answer to how she came by those figures. J. Mensah came by those figures. That is what we took to the court. So she shouldn't come here and sit on the platform and mislead people. Again, like I said, if it was for nothing, it was for, like, if it's nothing to have an MPP person occupying the EC position, they wouldn't have gone round contriving flyers and linking Charlotte Osei to the NDC. They did that in time past and said Charlotte Osei was once a PC for the NDC. Something that was a palpable lie. Yet they went contriving and creating flyers, trying to link Charlotte Osei to the NDC. Why did you think they did that? They did that because they knew once Charlotte Osei is affiliated, Ghanaians will say that, oh, okay, then she is there to do the NDC bidding. Today, you see nothing wrong with it. That somebody is an MPP person and is occupying position in the Electoral Commission. Everything is okay because you think the person is an IT expert. Why? Don't we have IT experts? Do you know the number of professionals we have in our party? Do you know the kind of positions they can also occupy or they could have occupied under John Dramani Mahama? You see, this issue of Richard Ahiagba, let me come to the issue of Richard. I've not addressed this issue at all. One, Richard Ahiagba in 2020 went through the voting process even though his name was not on the register. That is fraudulent.
She said fraudulent. She allowed it, but she's never been comfortable, Ketu South MP.
But
and she's never been comfortable with it.
It doesn't matter. She challenged it.
She challenged it, but
I mean, they went ahead to get.
But she couldn't do much. So
get him to vote, even though his name was not on the register. One, it's fraudulent. Then you come back again to go through another registration process. If you claim your name
was in the register.
Yes, no. If you claim you have registered, it means all you have to do is to wait for that time that the EC will say, okay, I'm making provisions for anomalies to be corrected or for replacement of cards. Then you go
and do that
and make those corrections. Okay, you don't wait for a registration process and go that you are going to register again. That is criminal. That is double registration. And that can call for your arrest and it can call for your prosecution and subsequent jailing. And I'm just telling Richard Ahiagba that he should be rest assured. He should be rest assured that once the MDC assumes power, he is going to face the full rigors of the law.
Of what has happened.
Yes, because what he has engaged in is double registration. Exactly. Attempted double registration. You in the first place, you voted without having your name in the register. That is criminal. And it calls for a 2-year jail term. You voted without having your name in the register. What it also means is that when the exhibition process was being done, Richard Ahiagba didn't go to have his name checked. Because prior to voting, there is an exhibition process that goes on. Annie?
Yeah.
There is an exhibition. You go, you check and make sure your name is in the register.
Yeah.
In case you don't find your name, then you go to the EC office and get it corrected. But Richard Ahiagba didn't do any of this until the 2020 elections that he got to the polling station and realized that his name hasn't been captured. And he was still allowed to vote. He should have faced the consequences of not going to the exhibition center to check his name. Yet, others from above, see, according to him,
I wasn't in
he
that
was allowed to vote.
How are you able to, what is it means the EC put in to allow someone whose name is not on the register to vote?
That is what, so it's clear that he was in connivance with the EC to get him to vote because it's criminal. It's criminal to vote without having your name on the register. It's criminal. You can't vote. You have registered, but the register hasn't captured your name. So you can't even vote in the first place. So to be able to vote is criminal in the first place. Then you come back again. Instead instead of waiting for that time that the EC will say, okay, now it's time to correct anomalies and to replace cards, you've gone to do registration again.
Okay.
Because according to you, some EC somewhere has advised that you go and do re-registration.
Right.
Who does that?
Right.
In fact, Richard Agiagba is even in a better position to understand how our electoral process works.
Okay.
Yet he committed this
Thank
mistake.
Time is up. Lara, what do you want to say?
You can't tell me time is up and ask me
I have
what
just
time. We are
told you.
here to have a conversation.
Lara too.
You gave me time to talk. You brought a call and you read messages.
And I gave
me a
you-
second
and I
go.
gave you time
I think
to talk.
It's fair. No. You took my time when I was.
I didn't take your
Annie,
time.
let's
stop
stop
this.
this.
I don't.
Annie, let's stop this.
Lara too.
Let's stop it and let me make my
No,
submission.
stop this.
I think
no,
that
let me lay the record straight or set it straight. Lara too. Nobody has time on this show. I allot the time as and when I think I should. When I gave you the time,
So can you let me make my
let me
submission?
set that straight because I know how your people sometimes will behave after this. I gave her time. I gave you
which
time.
people?
Now, after you
Which
spoke,
people?
I went to the MP. After I
So
went to
can
her,
we have
I
a
came back.
discussion
Hold
so
on.
you
I
stop
came
this?
back to you because I gave you extra time.
Yes, because that was
now
my
on
first
that extra
submission.
time, I gave her some time. So don't
You
tell
gave
me
me
that.
extra time
Yes,
when
I
you
gave you
took my
extra. Do you know
time
how long you
when
spoke
I was
for?
making my
Did you
submission.
check how long you
many
spoke
minutes
for?
did I speak for?
What do you want to say?
Annie, I think
You have 1
as we
minute.
sit, as we sit
You
at
have
this
1
table,
minute.
you need to understand the structure of the how the EC works. Let's educate ourselves on how the structures in this country work. When we don't know something, we should educate ourselves. We shouldn't think that just because we've been given the opportunity to come and sit on set, we are smarter than any other person that listens to us. Let's educate ourselves on how structures work. That's the more reason why they make some of the comments they make, because they don't take time to understand how structures work. Who does the daily running of the EC? So it's a chairperson who's here. And we are talking about people saying things about EC chairpersons. I mean, come on. We are talking about people meeting in the run-up to 2016 election. What didn't we hear about meetings with the then General Secretary, not chairman of the NDC, and the then EC? But all those things are not issues that in 2024, where we all say that we are committed to the forward march of this country, we should be encouraging. And I'll repeat it. What the NDC is doing is the noise before a defeat. If they are really confident in the structures they've put in place, they wouldn't be making some of these unnecessary noise.
Right, thanks. Mansa Musa said that.
And inshallah, we hope that they don't go burning tight.
Okay, Mansa Musa says that on Ketu South issue, I'm not trying to gaslight anybody, but even though I don't share the same kind of political principles with Mr. Agiagba, I believe this was just a misunderstanding. Otherwise, it's a shame. Mansa Musa said that from UK. Thank you, but...
Why did you say it's attempted double registration? The EC hasn't even come out to anything.
Because they are
the
accusing
person
him.
is doing propaganda and also
because they are
adding on to
accusing
it.
him of doing double registration. And I said, for now, you call it attempt. If it's double registration, you saw him doing it. Because he did not.
You've already judged him.
But Annie, if you voted in 2020,
because if they
because
actually,
you think you have
what the
voted,
MP
and you are
said,
there to register again, what is
his
it
name
for?
wasn't on the roll, and
Is there another name for it than double
She's aided and
registration?
abetted crime. She's equally liable.
Is there another name for it than double registration?
She's equally liable for
hypocrisy
aiding
must
and
stop.
abetting crime.
I'll take a break.
He has committed a crime.
I'll take
She's
a break.
aided and abetted crime.
To the program. Good morning, Annie. Only the MPP, you can see such, this one. During the Kufuor regime, our pastors travel all the way to Akosombo to pray under the same MPP. We are praying for BVR machines now. Horia Aili, good morning to you, and good morning to you, Harry. You're welcome. Good morning to you.
It's always a joy seeing them argue. I mean, that's my joy.
It's a joy seeing them argue.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
Okay.
But let's take a look at some of the trends, especially comments on the Good Morning Ghana page. That place is quite entertaining. If you're sad, you should just go to the page and read comments. So let's pick a few of the comments and then we'll move on to other trends.
Do we have some of the comments?
Okay, so Laura too, Annie, can you educate us on this issue? I think the position of the Commissioner of EC is a full-time... My comment is too fast, please. So if you can be posting it for me, I'll be so glad. Laura, there's a man in the picture making a victory sign for Dr. Baumia. Why? If it's not a campaign meeting, Alex Podono is saying so. Okay. Okay, Annie, can you educate us on this issue? I think the position of the Commissioner of EC is a full-time engagement and Head of Department of the University is also a full-time engagement. Can anyone take 2 full-time engagements at the same time? I am baffled. Rex Akambe. Okay, Annie.
What we have to establish is whether or not he is still at the university as a head of department. Okay. When we establish that, then we can tell you what follows.
Okay, so this one is saying, my friend, keep quiet. Laura, you're just trying to do a damage control. Serenity, McCarthy. So what will the NPP criticize in case they go into opposition? It seems to defend every crap. Evans Blair. Annie, how come a full-time commissioner could also be a head of department of the institution? Laura is lying. Okay, let me take a few more then. Okay, so EC job is a full-time job and any commissioner cannot have a part-time job. The NPP IT man is a scam. In their bid to outsmart everyone, these NPP communicators always make mockery of themselves. Okay, and away from that, I mean, Mother's Day is trending. It was a nice time yesterday, remembering all the things that our mothers do for us. So Stone Boy went to Kaswa. He interacted with widows of Kaswa, gave them gifts as a part of Mother's Day celebration. So let's take a look at that and some of the comments as people shared messages to their mothers. Okay, happy Mother's Day to all mothers and mother figures in Ghana. Your strength, nurturing spirit, and endless sacrifices continue to drive our nation forward. I wish you all a day filled with love and appreciation. The butterfly man says so. Alan Germantin. Okay, so yeah. So BIM Natives, Stone Boys Livingston Foundation celebrates Mother's Day in a unique way with widows in Kaswa. Foodstuffs and other items were shared to the mothers. So this is something he does yearly. I think last year he did it at Ashaman. That sounds like a heartwarming gesture. Okay, so these are some of the pictures from the celebration yesterday. We have more. Mothers there and all that.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but you know, Lyrical Joe is trending. Do you know Lyrical Joe is one of Ghana's finest rappers, apart from Sarkodie. And Sarkodie has released a latest song, Brag. And in there, he shades Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido, and all that. And you know, Nigerians, they are coming at him. And Sarkodie is like, I'm the boss. I'm not going to beef you guys. So, CJ Biggerman, Lyrical Joe, and others have decided to pick up on these small rappers that in Nigeria that think that they are at par with Sarkodie. So, yes. Lyrical Joe just finished one guy called Dremo Drizzy. He's a small boy of Davido. And he said something nasty about Sarkodie. But rappers in Ghana are like, Sarkodie, don't worry. You're too big for them.
You're too big for who?
For this Dremo Drizzy guy. We will finish him for you. And in fact, they've destroyed Dremo Drizzy. That is what is trending.
In my opinion, the smallest and the youngest rapper in Nigeria can be compared to the biggest rapper in Ghana.
Really?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I mean, they don't have rappers.
Do you know why?
Say Emma. It's only Emma Abaga.
Do you know why our musicians sometimes want bigger markets? You see, because of the markets, it makes them big.
Yeah.
When they bring one song, they fly fast.
Yeah,
and they know how to support themselves and Ghana.
Yeah.
With our small markets, we don't even support our biggest markets, our biggest stars.
Yeah.
You see, and that's to justify what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the reason why the smallest there can come and attack
Because
you
of their
anyhow.
numbers,
Because their numbers will just come after you and they will drown you. Before you know, they will use that to even fly. So
yeah, that's true because nobody knew Dremo Drizzy.
Yeah.
Until
now
he
you're
decided
mentioning
to
his name.
until he decided to be Sarkodie.
But now I've heard his name.
So yeah, that's what is trending right now on Twitter. You can go check some of the story. But that's it for trends on Good Morning Ghana.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, that's what we have for you this morning, and we will definitely take you through the rest of the day. Join us on the news and other programs later. Thanks for watching. Who is celebrating their birthday today? Oh, Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa.
And Jennifer. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So Jennifer or Floor
Yes.
manager Jennifer here on
Yeah.
Metro TV, and Vanessa Odoton is also celebrating
so
their birthday.
that's
a cute lady with the cutest eyes in the world. Today's her birthday, so happy birthday to you, dear. Enjoy and make sure you keep yourself.
Jennifer.
Is that? Oh, this is Jennifer.
Ooh, our sexy floor manager.
With the,
Yeah.
with the Okay.
Wow.
Oh, there are two of them together.
Yes.
Ah, I can understand now.
Yeah, happy birthday to you guys.
Okay. So happy birthday. Enjoy your day, and
Beautiful
I hope that
maidens.
you make more money.
Very necessary.
All right. Good morning. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching as well.